They're ah so loud. Ooh. Okay, that's better. 1 second, people. Just watch the French fries in the meantime. My mic is okay. Good, it's picking up. Okay, hello. So today I am actually working on a personal project, mostly because all I've been doing lately is commissions and I needed a break. I gotta do some more sketching with this. So it's something I sketched out on Easter. Let's see. So obviously, bunny girls for Easter, but specifically it had to be Houren because it's always Houren. Let me see if I can find my reference for her legs. Houren is a character from my webcomic, Zos Kias. Yeah. I like to call her boobs. Oh man, I got the laptop. So for those of you guys who have not read any of Zos Kias, back to the old days of Twitch. I always do Tuesdays at 6, so yeah. Anyways, if you don't know Houren, she lost her legs when she was young. I guess she wasn't that young, but you know, younger. A yokai decided, or a monster of some sort, I don't know, I can't remember what type I said it was, decided her legs looked like a tasty snack. Oh, it also ate her parents too, but you know. You know how it is. Sometimes they just eat things. I think that might be a little too high up. She is missing both legs. Okay. That might work. Yeah. What do you think? Do you think her boobs are too small? I know you guys are like, I don't even know Houren. I think they're too small. A little wider? Okay. Thick. But there's a reason I call her boobs. She is probably the only character in Zos Kias who has like bigger than a B cup. Just because I tend to draw small boobs at my girls. Great. Let's start to go better line arting then. Let's see. Ears, bunny ears. The headband should be down lower, you think? Yeah? You guys are probably like, what the heck? I can't even see these scribbles anymore. But generally, I don't just do it digitally. I usually start with the traditional art first. I like a pencil art first. Do it like that. And like that. See part of the headband over there. That looks good, I think. All right, now let's actually try to make her look like a Houren. So Houren is actually Japanese. She is one of the few Japanese characters in Zos Kias. But she, after everything that happened, she ends up bleaching her hair. and kind of getting a, I guess, like a I'm gonna live my life for real kind of thing deal going on. So much to her younger brother's dismay, because he's the other, obviously other Japanese character. They're related. He did not lose any limbs during the incident that killed their parents and took her legs, but in fact, he awoke. Ojo-sama laugh. Okay. Honestly, that's actually pretty appropriate for Houren too. She does it. That is her laugh in Zos Kias. You gotta have an Ojo-sama girl, right? If you guys have noticed either in the Discord or on my Twitch, or even if you've bought my Lion sticker set, the oh ho 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 one is Houren. That was her first what? Posture check. I see you're having fun with what are those, points? But posture checks are never bad. Not gonna somebody about that today. I've been actually sitting in front of my computer drawing most of the day, so I've been working on this really big commission, and I've got some more. You don't know what you're doing? Don't worry, feel free to click stuff. That's what they're there for. New Conan movie when? Oh, I also realized I am behind about 10 episodes of Conan. I feel so bad. Ada. I had to do a remix. Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm not quite there yet. I've got one more episode and I'll be there. I was actually in the middle of that, of 999 or whatever. I'm still gonna watch them. Was it 997 that was really boring? It was the one with Ayumi's picture diary. Like, I don't care about these kids. Although I should say, I've been keeping a theme up with my Palicos and Palamutes in Monster Hunter. They're all named after characters in Conan, because my Palamute, I made him red, and I named him a Kai Shuichi. And then my Palico, I named Amuro Toru. So I was like, I guess I'm just gonna keep the theme, and so I named my Al Conan. I mean, you're not wrong that that's like one of the best. That's definitely one of the better storylines in Conan, but it did need a remake. Like, don't touch something that doesn't need to be fixed. Yeah, but since then I've been naming all my other like rental Palamutes and Palicos after Conan characters. Mostly. I've got a couple that aren't. Like, I have a Repeat and a Korone for Palamutes. It is, but it's not dark enough. Yeah, we know we know the truth. I mean, I'll probably just watch it and rage at the screen. Isn't that what we're supposed to do? Which one is the first one? I actually don't know the order of them. Because they all kind of like blur together. I think Baker Street was 5. That's one of my favorites out of the Conan movies. The Bomber. Okay, yeah, that one's cute, actually. See, a lot of the Conan movies, the earlier ones weren't as crazy as far as plots. Or I should say, you know, riding a car on a railroad track or snowboarding down an avalanche, but I think it's probably because like the whole concept of bombs and stuff is a little unusual in Japan, and like it's also one of those things you're not likely to have like guns and stuff because it's really hard to get a hold of a gun in Japan. So that kind of violence you can't really do very well, realistically. But bombs, you can make just with household materials if you know what you're doing. So I that's my guess, anyways. Or they really like bombs. Yeah, it was weird. It had such a, but I know he was going more for the really hardcore like Conan Doyle feel for some of the earlier stuff. Edogawa. Edogawa, that's not his name. That's another author, and Conan. They kept the bear. Yeah, well, drinking is actually very common in Japan, and although if you notice, Mori doesn't actually drink as much as he used to either. He definitely doesn't smoke as much as he used to. But yeah, and I think I know there's in the recent last decade, which Conan's been going on longer than that, there's been a change in like smoking in Japan and the outlook on that. So that's probably part of the smoking thing going away. And like I said, I think the guns were not supposed to be a very long-term thing anyways, because guns are not very common in Japan. Like police officers don't even have guns very often. Which they actually did a good job on, because Takagi did not have a gun until later on. He had to take his firearms test. They actually brought it up in Conan, specifically when that happened. I am not obsessed with Takagi. No, it was a Miwako Takagi episode, which are some of my favorites. I'm trying to draw the eraser again. Nothing's happening. It is really interesting, though, to keep the see the I guess growth or change and stuff of such a long-running series. I was actually talking about that too with another friend. Because we were talking about long-running series like One Piece and stuff, and honestly, like, I don't know. Conan isn't always the strongest on plot and stuff, but I feel like it didn't lose my interest the way the others did. Yeah, okay. I'll make sure I watch out for that. Yeah, like I said, I'm not that far behind in it. I usually wait like 3 episodes to watch it so I can just watch the storyline at the time, but I've been watching Gundam. And haven't had a lot of like free time, and when I have, I've been like letting myself indulge and actually play video games. We still need to get Kitten to watch it with us. Yeah, the murder mystery ones are a lot better story-wise too. I like those way better. I mean, let's say my favorite episodes tend to be the ones where some of the main characters almost get killed, but they tend to be actual mysteries. But yeah, the ones where it's like not really obvious at what's going on are the best for sure. And a lot of the earlier ones were like that. I will say that whole storyline with the train was very surprising in the manga. The anime didn't do it justice. They actually made it pretty obvious that Kaido Kid was already there, and I was like, in the manga, it was like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen? And of course, it had been so long since the last Kaido Kid storyline, none of us saw that coming, and we're like, oh my god, this is great. I loved it. I am looking forward to the new movie though, just because it has Amuro and Akai in it. Plus, it's got, the rest of Akai's family. And Sarah Masami was the first Conan character I actually cosplayed. So far, the only one. Yeah, Kaido was never that slapstick. Well, even in his stories, he's got some comedy, but his manga is darker than Conan at sometimes. Although, I know Kaido Kid as a character is popular, but my guess is the reason the manga didn't go over as well. Did I just move? Yeah, I did. Is because there are some almost... Well, there are actual fantastical elements in it. The original OVA series that was out first, before the TV series that came out later, because it was the one that had Hayashiwara Megumi doing Akako, because she doesn't do it in the remake. But it was a lot darker feel overall too. It was closer to the manga, and you got a lot more of the actual magic in it because there's a lot of real magic. I'm not talking like stage magic, but like actual magic. I mean, to be fair, Kaido Kid was supposed to be a lighthearted character in a darker story. But yeah, they've a lot of characters make it great. Make Kaito great again. Like, Heiji actually is a weird one too, because he was more serious early on, and then he became super fanboy, which I honestly thought was hilarious. I love Heiji. And now he's back to being a little more serious again. But part of it is his relationship with Conan has changed a lot, so I don't mean that in a gay way. I do not ship Heiji and Shinichi. Sorry. I don't. I like Heiji and Kazuha, and I like Shinichi and Ran. And if for some reason Shinichi could never get back to his real body, he could have Haibara. I love her as a character, and their relationship is very interesting, but, you know, it's not going to work out. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Haibara fans. I love her dearly, but it ain't going to work. Shinichi already belongs to Ron. One of my favorite things about Conan, though, is it has a lot of really strong female characters. Did you just walk past me and burp? Rude. Wong is burping at me. Alright, enjoy dinner. Bring me some. Ew, healthy food. Make it, just fry it, it's fine. Actually, I like salads. I like some healthy food. Really shocked. It got to like 80 degrees up here today. I was out running boxes for Akiba Soul, and I was like, oh my god, I want to die. I'm wearing jeans. For some reason, my phone doesn't let me check the weather anymore. Like, when I get up, it will show me what the current temp is, but it doesn't let me, like, click on it and see all the other temps like it used to. I don't know. Whatever one of the last updates did, it killed it, and so now I can't see it. I can just see the current temp. So I plan to dress based on the temp I wake up in the morning instead of the temp throughout the day. Which is not necessarily a good thing. Makes that one a little fatter. And good news, tomorrow I go see my doctor again. Well, actually the first time in person in a while. We were doing like virtual and phone calls and stuff. But I'm gonna actually go in and see my rheumatologist, and we're gonna see what we can do about the chest pain. Because none of the painkillers are working. I really want to do Ring Fit again. I miss it. Okay, bunny ears. Bunny ears. think I need to make that one a little longer. They're not even. I can't, but I. So I actually finished Gundam 00 last night, but except for the movie, which is why I have not posted my rating of it anywhere yet. I mean, it had no cats, which is a little sad. Although it had Chonker Gundam. I didn't think I'd like Chonker Gundam at all. But Tieria grew on me, therefore so did his suit. He was my favorite in the second season. For those of you who saw it, my favorite in the first season didn't make it. But yeah, we haven't watched the movie yet, so that's all we got to see. Although I noticed the dip in ratings, it's only went from like 9 to 5, and I'm like, is this movie gonna be bad? I actually didn't think it needed a movie. It had a pretty good endpoint, I thought. Definitely, after watching Seed and Seed Destiny, it was a lot better. Initially, when I first started watching it, I was like, oh, this is like Gundam Wing. Again, like a remake of Gundam Wing. It's a lot better than Gundam Wing. Like, I'll always love Gundam Wing because I grew up with it, and it's, you know, what really got me into Gundam. It started, well, I guess I should say it's what started me watching other Gundam series, but 8th MS Team, which was the second series I watched, was actually the one that got me into Gundam. Like, permanently, where I'm like, oh yeah, now I gotta see the rest. But yeah, well, it starts out with some similarities to Wing. It does not keep those very long at all. We also forgot to watch Stargazer from Seed, so we got to go back and do that too. But we got to watch the movie. It's just 2 hours. Very long movie. You remember when anime movies were only like an hour? If even? Can I save this? I'm lazy and I don't have my references saved on this computer. So I was just pulling it off, looking at it off of DA. Hehe. Okay. There it is. That's the reference I'm using. So that was an art I did of Houren with her full legs exposed. So that's what I'm using as her reference. Mostly so I can see all her details, but you know. They're really old art too. Hey, fancy running into you on Monster Hunter last night. Yeah, we were just running around doing like random quests and stuff, and then some low rank person came in and was like, "Oh hey, can you help me?" And we're like, "I guess." And we did first we did a rampage with them, which wasn't too bad. They did at least something. But then we did like the Mary Magdalene, I keep calling her, him, it, whatever. And they didn't do anything the whole time. Like we did the entire quest for them, and I was like, "What? This isn't what we wanted to do." Like, I kicked them after that. I was like, "No, it's okay if you want to help, but you gotta actually put the effort in." And then then it's like, "Oh look, it's RTD. Let's do quests with him instead." Then we can all get up to the same rank and do them together again. I know you were having internet issues for a while. And I have been running a lot of solo quests, so I've been farming some weapons and stuff too. Well, I was. I'm back to doing my work. I took like a week off to do crap. AK Monster Hunter, but I'm back to, being productive. Yeah, exactly. Well, we had and we even had, they had, what do you call it, on, the join? Like, so people could join. So we had somebody else in the quest too. And they're also helping, but it's like, where is this girl? Like, maybe at the beginning they thought that Wong and I weren't doing anything, because there were 2 other monsters active in the map, so I went and grabbed Rathian, and he went and grabbed Velveeta, and then, like, we brought them to him, and, used him to help do some damage. But yeah, I was like, yeah, we're here fighting. Well, yeah, I know you were having internet issues, so like I said, we weren't on chat well, yeah, you learned that we weren't on chat with each other because we were just like, we'll BS a little bit around for a bit. But yeah, we'll have to do some more questing and stuff again too. So we can because we're rank 4 now, which basically means you just have to defeat like a couple more things. I don't even know if it's a couple. Might only be like 1 or 2 if you haven't already ranked up, and then we'll be like, yeah, we can do quests together now. Also, I appreciate the fact that you can actually play the game. I mean, not that, I don't know, like, I never really think it's that hard. But it's definitely got a learning scale, but I know some people who just, like, they don't even try. Oh, thank you! If it makes you feel any better, RTD, I am, like, not using the radial chat at all. Sometimes I have a real easy time drawing, and other times I want to scream into the void. Okay, 90% of the time I want to scream to the void. That is the secret to art, screaming into the void. I mean, even as somebody who had played, Monster Hunter World for as much as I had, I was like, when we switched to Rise, I was like, what is this? My combos don't work anymore. And of course, one of my specialties in World was, mounting the monsters, like, truly, and you can't do that in this one, so I'm like, Oh yeah, I know you mean the fighting. In my case, it was more like the combos I was used to aren't there anymore. Have you made any progress with your drawing stuff, RTD? I know you were talking about how you had picked up some stuff. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. I still do a lot of my stuff traditional. I mean, in case you hadn't noticed with these streams, a lot of times I take a pencil sketch and ink it over. ink it over either first or ink it over just right digitally. Either way, I always digitally ink it at some point, but. Aw. Well, art definitely takes a lot of practice. I still have a lot to learn, but that's okay. I enjoy it. But yeah, I like sometimes art streams are nice and relaxing. I like watching them too. I watch other people's art streams. Sometimes I learn new stuff too. I will also point out that a lot of the people that have told me that they are not good at art are actually a lot better than they give themselves credit for. I actually teach art classes. Oh, that's eraser's too big. At a local art gallery, and the amount of students I have come in that are like, I specifically teach children how to make Japanese style comics, but I'll have kids come in and be like, I can't draw, and then they draw, and I was like, you little brat. You're drawing better than me, and some of them have drawn things better than me, and I was like, yeah, you can't draw. Thanks, kid. Thanks, child. But I definitely think as an artist that you can you always gotta learn. Actually, I've gotten like everything feels a lot smoother because I had to upgrade my tablet because it's weird because my old tablet still works perfectly fine, so I'm selling it and I have a couple friends who might be interested in it. But it's like it won't work with my computer anymore because of all the security features I had installed and had to install on to do work with Akiba Soul. So I'm like, I had to get a new tablet. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I know a lot of people who just work, their work is just sucks the life out of them. By the time they're home, they just don't have any creative energy left. I mean, hopefully you don't have too much left for schooling, or at least get some break time from school. Like, I don't know what, every school has a different schedule. So like maybe you get like spring break or a summer off or something, gives you more time to just like draw. Ironically, I was the person that actually had more time to do art when I was in college. But I was not a normal person ever in school. I was like, I have a homework assignment that's due in 2 weeks. Gets it done in 2 days. I don't like how that hair curls. I want to curl it the other direction. Yeah, it is really easy to get discouraged when you start something new too. I mean, even now, like I've been doing this forever and I still find myself getting discouraged a lot. Like just some like this past year, this whole pandemic mess has been just so hard on people in general. Oh, yeah, you're gonna have a yeah, that's some pretty tense major too. I mean, I wanted to be a scientist of some sort until right before I got out of high school and switched to graphic design. The classes weren't too bad for me, but in college they definitely would have been. I had a friend taking them, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm taking, computer programming classes. That's good enough. And I still punched a mirror during that, so don't do that, guys. I mean, hopefully it will be worth it in the end, though. That looks okay for a shape. Oh, your English is very good. I would not have guessed. Oh, that nose looks awful. But English is a, I've mentioned this before on other streams. I think English is the hardest language to learn as a second language. Like if you start when you're really young, it's fine, but otherwise it is very difficult. Yeah, that can be that way a lot. Especially because a lot of English words aren't pronounced what they look like, period. We always joke that the English language takes other languages and beats them up in a back alley. And then picks through their pockets. And of course, as you read a language, as you read stuff and learn words from that, because I'm an avid reader, a lot of the words I learned to read, I didn't learn how to say them until a lot later, and they're said totally different than how they look like they be said. What's your native language, if you don't mind me asking? Russian. Okay, cool. Yeah, if ours can be hard because they're not always in every language. And especially like the different tones ours use in different languages makes it like strange. I really liked studying languages for a while. Like I considered being a linguist because I love languages. But yeah, a lot of them were not stuff I could pronounce very well. I could read them, but not not say them. Russians roll their tongue. Oh yeah, the rolling tongue thing. Because I know even in like Spanish they have rolled R, which is a little different. I can't read Russian. That one I know. That is not a language I can read. At least not yet. Not saying it won't happen in the future. But yeah, no, Russian is not a language I can read yet. But I can read most of the Germanic and the Latin-based languages, and then I can read Japanese, which you know is totally out there. But maybe I can read one word, maybe. Actually, I have a character in my webcomic who's Russian, so I've done a little research and written some stuff from, you know, copying, pasting, and things. I have no idea how to pronounce some of the stuff he says, but I had a friend who was Russian actually look over it to make sure I was writing it right. Hello, kitten! Mama? If that's how it's pronounced, then yeah. Yeah, okay, I got that one. I can say that one. I actually don't think I know that many Russian food names either. Because usually, that's always my joke is I can say, you know, just talk about food using other languages or other terms, but I haven't really done a lot with Russian. Because there really wasn't a easy way to do anything with it in the U.S. Where I am. Closest I came is I had a roommate who from the Ukraine when I was in Japan one of the years, and she knew Russian as well as Ukrainian. So she said some words and showed me a little of both, and I'm just like I don't know. It's cool, but way beyond what I was there studying Japanese, so. And we spoke Japanese and English to each other depending on where we were, so. I think, to be fair, I think the word like mama is almost the same in every language. Or at least you could say mama and they would understand it in almost every language. I mean, I could obviously be wrong. I'm not infallible. Oh, thank you for the follow! I messed up. You know what? I have a guess on it. Ironically, because the original name of so the character in my webcomic, Zos Kias, he's a vampire now, so he goes by the name Nyoga, but his original name was Nikita. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but that's why like my guess would be Igor Nikitan, I guess. I might be wrong, and that's okay. Feel free to like correct it. I honestly default to Japanese pronunciation for words if I don't know how to say them, and it seems to be very useful. I like to be able to like if I like when I meet people though, I like to be able to say their names right and stuff, and even if they're in tongues that I'm not familiar with. Because obviously in the U.S. it's very common for like people from other cultures when they come over to choose like an English sounding name. Sure, go ahead. I draw randomly a place I shouldn't. Da? Hit? Yet? Okay, so you say it like nyet. Nyet? Did I say those anywhere close? Da? Nyet? I'm spot on? Okay, cool. That's not too bad. Learning Russian now. Say yes or no. That's all I can say. I don't know how I somehow activated my Google. Google, stop. Oh, how? You know, I've probably heard those sounds before too, which I think helps. I played a video game once called Baroque, and it takes place all in Russia. And obviously, because of that, there's a lot of Russian in it. And I am that person who likes to play games in whatever language they were initially in. So I don't change. If it was like, you know, in Japanese, I played in Japanese. If it was in English, I played in English. With subtitles, of course, if it's in a language I don't know. But Yeah, they use some English in that game, but I think now that I'm thinking about it, I'm pretty sure I heard them say "niet" more than once or twice. Welcome back, Twaifu. Was it good food? I'm learning Russian here. Healthy. Healthy food can be good sometimes. Sure, teach me how to say hello. Ooh, I like eggplant a lot. You know cat in Russian? Kitten? Cat. Oh, cat. Haha, that's funny. No catling. Meow meow. You know how to speak cat. Oh, okay. Let's see. So hello is the dress is just a view. The just view. Not sure if I'm saying that one right. Oh man, kitten, for April Fools, you should have done your entire stream just in meows. Is it difficult for natives? Yeah, because it's a weird combination of sounds. Because yeah, usually you don't see Z and D near each other. So Zidras? Zidras? Ute? Ute? Or would it be Vute? Ute? Oh, I had a great prank idea I was gonna do on my game group, but we didn't actually end up really gaming. We just thought it's easy if you roll. Yeah, I can't roll R's. I also can't. Zidras? Dras? That's about as close as I come. Zidras? Ute. Probably a pretty poor attempt at a rolling R. I was gonna have Wong run my game group though, for the beginning of the game, and just have him, you know, be on instead of me on my mic. Give her a bow tie. I didn't draw one, but I'm gonna give her one. Honestly, while I took many years of Spanish, I was never very good at it because of the whole not being able to roll the R thing. Although they roll the R a lot differently than like Russian would, I believe. At least in my opinion, it sounds different. Do it! Roll your R's, Twaifu! Tell them you're learning foreign languages. My art streams are now let's learn foreign languages. I like this though, it's cool. I love learning things, so. Rolling in the reap? Rolling in the reap? I can't roll my R's. I'm so bad at this. What about you, Kitten? Can you roll your R's? Definitely a hard sound for Americans. Probably any native English speaker. And that hair looks a little weird. What'd you almost forget, RTD? Hey, burritos for Wong! Oh yeah, I don't have that up on here. Because I'm actually back on my computer today, right now. Thanks for the burritos for Wong. Yeah, for those of you who haven't seen that on my gaming streams, it's become a joke. So after he freaked out, Too Much Wong freaked out about all the bags in Dying Light and said they look like burritos. It became a joke that we are just gonna buy him a bunch of burritos for his birthday, and his birthday is in April. So all this month, I am taking bits with the you can give me the hashtag burrito for Wong. I'll be using them to buy him burritos for his birthday. And try to make them look like the bags from Dying Light. I mean like the bags from the zombies. 22nd. So many bags, yeah. He didn't like his bags. That's why I must cover our floor with them. Yeah, let me just go ask him if he wants to change his birthday. I'm sure it works like that. Hey Wong, you want to change your birthday to the 10th? He just looked at me and asked why. Why, Twaifu? You have to explain now so I can transfer this to him. Get our Calaron. Oh, it's Sean and Vince's birthday. Oh, it could be a three-way. Menage a trois. I think this one might be too low. Look, there's some French for you guys. Menage a trois. That's definitely French you need to know. Although the joke is I only know the word Wednesday in French. Not entirely true, but also my French pronunciation is also pretty terrible, so I'm sorry, French people. Oh, was he speaking French? Did you understand what he said, Twaifu? I can understand French somewhat. Well, I can read it pretty well, but understanding that spoken is a little weirder for me because the accent. Definitely can't speak it well. Yeah, that's what we all want to know. What are they saying? Yeah, how does that look? Maybe a little rounder. Maybe I should use some squish. You should have. You should have just gone up and been like, hey, let me get Google Translate out for a second. So I can ask you who's moving in. Good. Okay, make friends with your neighbors and get them to scream with you at Mario Kart. That's how you do it. I just wish our neighbors would stop smoking. That'd be nice. So what, like another 2 years? I joke, but I feel like the pandemic in the US is never going to end. No, no. Yeah, like I'm totally happy I managed to get vaccinated, but don't say that. But, but Twaifu, I don't know what else to say. With America, you know how it is. My freedoms. I will say, well, howdy, Ficus. I will say, I think today was the day that the mask mandate rolled off in our state. And I was very proud to see I did not see a single person without their mask off. They were all wearing masks. I was very surprised. Like, please, sirs, please just wear your mask. Wow, I made her collarbone so crooked compared to her cleavage. Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, that's why I was really surprised up here because it was like 80 out today, so it was really warm. And I was like, oh no. And instead it was like, nope, people were wearing masks. Like, oh, never mind. And then of course, a lot of local stores are still requiring it, and I do know that all the government buildings in the area and libraries are still requiring it. But like, yeah, I went to Target to go pick up my prescription, and Target is still requiring it, which I figured because I believe they made that statement earlier in the year that they would require it until a certain point. An individual buildings, yeah, this building, individual businesses can make that requirement. But yeah, I mean, it's not like I really went out places, but even like driving past people walking, like, yeah, they all had masks on, like, while walking. And at the post. I'm very proud of it. I will have one day of I'm proud of the people in my state. Only one day. Because in generally, there's nothing to be proud of in Indiana. You have Florida Man? Yeah, no, Florida really dropped the ball. You can be proud of Florida Man if you want. I won't stop you. At least he keeps things interesting. I'm gonna zoom out so I can check. You'll stop me. Sorry, I had to check to make sure her boobs looked okay. We have race cars here. I guess I can be proud of that. I'm gonna now go back up and do her eye because I like to jump around like a crazy man. And I say I, but she has two. An interesting tidbit about Houren, she has a mole under one of her eyes. I don't think a lot of people realize that. Because a lot of times her glasses get in the way. You don't notice it, but yeah, she has a mole. Beauty mark, whatever you want to call them. No, why do we call them moles? Does anybody know the etymology of that word? That phrase? I'm curious. Ini narimasu. Under her, whatever side eye this is, left? Yeah, left. My headphones are getting caught on my tablet. So far, she is just a bunch of floating boobs. That's pretty much Houren in a nutshell. Okay, let's go ahead and do her eyebrows. I mean, if Houren isn't looking smug, it's not Houren. I derped her eyebrow. Whee! actually save her glasses for later. I'll draw them later. I'm gonna draw them on a different layer too. I like to put the glasses like on a different layer. So I can, I never finished the side of her head. Oops. The eraser again. Sorry, Houren, you need more hair. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Okay. Yeah, though I've never actually thought about it or even drawn it. I bet you Houren would probably have more muscular arms than this. Oh well. Currently, the only female I tend to give like somewhat musculature to in their arms is Alexandria. She's strong girl. Ah, it froze. How dare it? There you go. I gave her a little more shoulder at least. Not that you're missing anything exciting. There's Houren's shoulder. So exciting. I mean, if you really like shoulders, I guess maybe it is. Maybe she should have some kind of cuff on it. Right, she has a cuff. What are they called? Cuff pin? Yeah, that's something. You know what? I'll give her a star. Cufflink. Yeah, that's what they're called. Thank you. Words, they escape me. And you gotta hold on those cuffs, right? Oh, hands, you are the bane of my existence. I was actually debating about putting her whip in her hand. What are your guys' thoughts? Yeah, I was debating about she fights with a whip. So that's generally what she holds. So I was like debating about putting her whip in her hand. I know this just gets kinkier as it goes. It's Houren. This is what she does. Is this some secret fetish of yours we should know about, RTD? Or the fact that I'm the one who suggested it? Yeah, like I was gonna leave her hand initially. I was gonna leave it blank, but then like when I was working on this more, I was like, her holding her whip would be really in character for her too. Yeah, I think Houren is probably best known for her bust size, her Ojo-sama laugh, and her whip. I suppose also the fact that, you know, she doesn't have legs anymore. Also thinking rather than like with going fishnet tights on her, I'll probably have to just go normal tights because of her robotic legs. Otherwise, I think the fishnets would look really weird. And extremely randomness that's still somewhat related. The boning, making a bunny outfit is like super hard. I hate working with boning. At some point I want to go back and remake my Mercy bunny outfit, but it won't be until I have some more money again. I got my headphone caught on my tablet again. He's so big. The chonker boy. Not quite even. Doing that thing again, well, instead of moving my canvas, I'm moving myself. If I ever get better with mechanical design, I do want to upgrade her legs and make them look a little nicer, but that is not my forte. And generally, you only see the top half of them anyways, because she wears thigh-high boots, typically. Like to the point that you barely see any of the one on the right leg at all. Okay. Go ahead and add the detail here. Oh, no, I don't think she. That's Alex. Okay, I guess. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and make sure we got everything. Not missing any of her body. Nope. Okay, so let's go ahead and do her glasses now. She just has like a basic square frame. Wow, they look lovely, don't they? Yeah, actually, that's one of the reasons I really like this tablet. It is very similar to, like, I don't know what it is about it, but like my old one, I loved because it was just such an upgrade from what I had before. But then coming to this one, it's like it feels a lot more like how it is on paper. And I started as a traditional artist and still do a lot of stuff traditionally, so I like the feel of paper. Of course, there are benefits to digital as well, including if you make a mistake, it's really easy to undo it. Yes, they're just floating glasses right. some more random tidbits about Houren. So both her and her brother Ryoga use the same kanji as part of their name, in the Japanese writing of it, and they both are a vehicle that, like an old-fashioned vehicle. I don't know why. I just was like, I like this. Let's go with this. Because I think Ryoga was named first. I'm not 100% sure though. Oh, yeah, I want to get better at doing mechanical designs because Houren has two. She has two mechanical legs. I mean, obviously, most people have two legs. So I want to redo her design at some point and make it look a little better. Maybe like a little more natural. I don't know. Or is it doing stuff on another layer? I can move stuff around. And then more recently in Zos Kias, another character joined the Lost a Limb gang. So I think I've released it. Yeah, I've released a design of her mechanical arm because she's an entire chapter about it. Thank you. I like to make everything like have some depth to it. I'm gonna quickly draw in her whip so I can figure out how to place it. That's how she looks so far though. Beware, she coming for ya. Wooga woogly. She coming for that boodily. I don't know. It doesn't matter what that layer's name. It's gonna go bye-bye in a sec. Just take a blue. Okay. So it would be like, be holding it like that, like loosely. It would probably be like ending there. The flow of that is right. As I undo all that. Okay. Wah! So there's a secret. If I accidentally bump one of the buttons on my pen tablet, I move the entire thing. I'm learning that the hard way, unfortunately. That for some reason. What is wrong with it? Oh, maybe it needs to stick out first, like that first? Maybe that's a little better. Excuse me while I go Google whip. Okay. Yeah, there'd be like a smaller section here. And then it would like flow out of here better. I think just overall it would be thinner. Sorry guys, I keep leaning off the screen. I'm trying to avoid that, but I'm on the left side of my tablet, so. I don't think that looks too bad. Just put the rest of the whip out behind her hand so it looks a little more normal. I'm actually going to draw the whip on another layer, and then I will merge it down so once I erase the stuff underneath. This way I can prevent myself from destroying the layer underneath. Layers are the key in digital art. Use layers and use them often. Also, it's a good thing to label your layers correctly, so you know what you're looking for. I like how it's just floating glasses in her whip when I hid the other layer. Okay. Anyways. Yeah, I usually also like put them into like I haven't done it yet for this because I'm still in the line art stuff, but when I'm done with it, I'll start throwing stuff into folders too. So like you can, you know, I don't know if all programs have this, but a lot of them have it where you can put them in folders as well. So like you can be like, all these layers are for like skin tone or something, and then throw them in the folder, and huzzah, they're gone. So you want to look at them. But they're all kind of together, so like when you're looking for things, you know where to look. It's really funny because I'm a little like disorganized sometimes. Like I'm chaotic organization in real life. But when it comes to like art, I have much more organization. Same with writing. Okay. Oh yeah, that's good. Folders are amazing. Like I said, I like everything nice and organized. So for art, so it makes it a lot. That's kind of the cool stuff about the digital stuff. Not that traditional art is not good too, because traditional art also has its perks. I like them both for different reasons, and I switch off and use them depending on what I'm doing. I do more digital art all around, especially because generally I get commissions for digital art. I do take like Copic commissions, but those tend to be the kind I would get at conventions generally. Not that, you know, any of us are doing conventions right now. I still have to go back and finish coloring the other high tier arts for as written. I don't have anyone in that tier, so I was being lazy, but I'm like, I'm falling behind now and it's gonna bite me in the butt someday. Like someday somebody's gonna join it and I'm not gonna have anything ready and I'll be like, what are you doing in here? Get out of here. I'm sorry. I'm a mess. I also like that photo. Like, so a lot of programs like this palette right here that I'm circling, that's the history palette. They have something akin to it. But what it does is it records each step you take, as far as like while you're working on stuff. So you know you can remove something if you don't like it without too much hassle, as long as you haven't saved. See, when I save, I can still go back some steps, but if I closed it and opened it, my whole history would be wiped. Okay. All right, so I think it's time to throw all these in a folder. No, I want U3. I like to name it old. I don't know why. I'm actually gonna add that. I'm gonna duplicate this one just in case I want it later. Okay. This is why I did the whip on another layer, so I could do this. Erase stuff so it blends in better. Meow. Got a cat meow. It's the cat's meow. I have no idea. I'll take a slightly bigger eraser. Ooh, wrong one. It was too big. Okay, now I'll merge them together and clean them up better. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put her flat colors on. I probably won't be on much longer, but let me see. Where did I save that photo? My desktop probably. So I haven't done an updated character sheet for her or anything, and I don't have her original character sheet on here, so I just was lazy and downloaded that picture I showed you guys earlier from DeviantArt. So skin tone. Actually, she has yellower skin. Oh, and this is gonna go in a folder called Over. We'll make a new folder here called Color. And yes, I'm like totally missing a bunch of parts, and that's fine. Just flat coloring for now. See if I can steal her eye color. That's actually pretty close. She's got like a yellowish green eye. Like that. There you go. That should be all I need. The rest is easy. I also haven't drawn her in a while because she hasn't been in the story currently. She was a big part in the Doppelganger arc, but you know, since then hasn't been in. She shared she was briefly in Megumi's side story after the Doppelganger arc, but because she hangs out with Megumi a lot too. And she trains all the people at Zos Kias, so yay! She's there. Wow, this file is big. Do some lazy cleanup first. I don't know what color I want to make her rabbit outfit yet. I just wanted to draw her just as a bunny. Same with the ears. I don't know if I should go like the classic white or if I should go black. If I should go like black ears and a burgundy rabbit suit, or even like a purple. Her normal outfit is dark purple, but I also like to draw her in like burgundy colored stuff for some reason. Ah, and see, I missed some empty pixels. I'm actually gonna go ahead and hide her glasses for now, just so it's easier to color. Ah, there's a piece of hair on my tablet. It's mine, but nobody else's hair would be that long in this house. I actually put the original sketch of this up on my Patreon on Easter, but it's all my like work in progress and sketch and stuff is reserved for like the $10 tier and up. So sorry for those of you guys who are low, you can't see it. I'm trying to give more bonuses to the people in the higher tiers for obvious reasons. I'm working on the coloring page for this month though. Since I got to 10 patrons, I had promised I would, or well, I guess I should say I had a goal to unlock, which was a coloring page each month. So you guys unlock that, so I know what I want to draw. I just gotta finish sketching it and inking it out, and then I'll scan it. Plus, I gotta get the chapter of As Written for this month ready. I'll probably do a bit on that on Thursday, because I'm gonna do Zos Kias tomorrow. I actually drew Zos Kias ahead! Yay! Well, after I go to the doctor. I got doctor in the morning. I can't wait to get out all the intro stuff in As Written though, and finally get into like the story, which technically is kind of starting this week. Ask the doctor to help me with Zos Kias. I'm sure Iskander would love that. My doctor's name is Iskander. I love it. Well, my rheumatologist is great. It makes me think of Iskander from Fate. Like she was really like, wow, you can pronounce my name, and it's like, I'm a nerd. Her last name is Iskander, not her first name, but yeah, still, it was funny. She was really surprised. She's like, I'm not used to patients pronouncing my name right. Like, I'm a freaking nerd. No, I just need to color Zos Kias for this week. I already have it drawn. I even started on the ones for the week after, too. I'm trying to get a bunch drawn. Yes, exactly. Obviously. This doctor I had never met or anything. It's really funny too, because when I first initially scheduled with the rheumatologist, I got her because she was the only one that was available like anytime soon. And it still was going to be like a couple weeks out. And then they had another one who ended up having an opening sooner. And I was like, I'm going to stick with her because I like her name, but I'm not going to tell them that. I'm just going to tell them I had already, well, back then I still had a job. So I'd already talked to work about the appointment anyways. Not that it was hard for me to get off her appointment, so. And when you're underpaid, your boss lets you get out whenever you need to go do medical stuff. I know that was completely random, but I decided I didn't like how that line part looked. Sometimes there's stuff I don't notice until I zoom in close like this. I will say though, she's a very good doctor. I like her a lot. Though that's why I keep sticking with her now. I'm like, yeah, no, she's been very helpful and also very attentive. And if I have questions or like stuff, like I emailed her about a question and I got response like later that same day. I was like, oh, okay, because I was trying to figure out if I could take one of the painkiller I'm on right now. I can't take certain painkillers with, and so I wanted to make sure I could take acetaminophen with it because I tend to get fevers a lot, especially with the weather changing and stuff, and that thing's solid yet. So I just wanted to make sure I could lower my temp with it, because I mean they're not usually too high. They're usually like right around 100, 100 point, like, you know, not very high, like 100.4 was today's. But yeah, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't gonna, like, you know, kill myself taking it on top of my painkiller. It was fine though. But yeah, she got back to me right away. I also did my own research and it online had said it was fine, but I was like, I'm gonna ask her anyways because it's medical opinion. And yeah, she got back to me right away. My other doctor generally my GP gets back to me pretty soon, but I'm used to hearing from her in like 1 or 2 days. Except for the time that I scheduled an appointment when my chest first started hurting, and she was like, why are you scheduling an appointment for 2 weeks? Go to the ER. And I was like, oh, I don't want to go to the ER. Like, fine, go to urgent care, which is what I did. Okay, I think... Oops. Did I get all of her? Oh, nope, I missed this stuff over here. I'm on the wrong layer. How long have I been on the wrong layer? No! I'm sad. Why did none of you guys tell me? Oh well, I'll have to redo the hair layer. Have to redo all that. Well, how dare you work? How dare you be responsible adult? We will have none of that here. No, I leave streams on for background noise all the time. I feel bad because I can't always respond, but yeah, no, I understand. Especially because I have some people who stream like right when I have to teach or when I have to run my game, so I'll turn them on in the background and then be like, hey, I'm lurking, I'm here, giving you a viewer, might say something. I'll go ahead and call it here, though. But then how could I afford your... Oh, yeah, that's why you gotta work, so you can afford my Twitch and Patreon. I agree with that. So the full res version of this will be up on Patreon later for work in progress. I might do some more on it. I'm gonna go back to the commission, though, that I was working on for now. But yeah, so I turned off her glasses. There they are. Ta-da! But yeah, so that will be on the $10 tier and higher. You'll be able to see the high res and look at it better. So, funny Houren. I am gonna get off for now, though. Thank you all for coming.